Good morning. Today is Tuesday, March 19, 2013, 4 days after the Ides of March. There have been no assassinations. And we have all three commissioners present today, along with our new, still on probation county administrator, Brad Luther. And today's subject at 10 o'clock is to discuss drainage. And this is a meeting that we are anxiously looking forward to. We have our county engineer, Keith Bennett, Dave Torrance, Joe Underwood, and Gary Connor with us. And I guess generally, by way of background to this, I think that we'll all kick in a discussion on this thing, but kind of break down the discussion. I think we're interested in short-term, your views on short-term dealings with drainage issues in the county, and that would be probably this year's issues, and that would be how much money do you think that we should budget for the short-term, smaller drainage projects? You know, get your opinion, and we can give you our thoughts on it. How we're going to administer those projects, and that is, do we want to form or create a committee, perhaps, preferably, I think, with the engineers and your expertise to prioritize which ones should be worked on, and discuss cooperative ventures with townships and so forth to try to maximize, our dollar amount and any other ideas that you have with regard to that. And then I think we need to talk midterm to 2-3 years out, what projects do you see coming up in that range? And then, of course, the longer term ones, I guess, are the larger ditch ones that we see every year, and that's, Clay and, which one's Fry, and of course, Zimmer. And of course, the background with regard to the Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District's study that's ongoing and so forth. But and I anticipate that we'll probably have more meetings this year, certainly on December, on some other issues and so forth. But just kind of that immediate, mid, long range, and any other and all issues associated with this. So whoever would like to lead this off in any manner, would appreciate it.
Yeah, I think in general, we wanted to have this meeting, number one. We heard rumors, and it was confirmed last week, the commission had set aside $350,000 out of this year's budget to address drainage issues. This being starting my 4th year, it's substantially more than the commissioners had set aside in the previous 3 years. And in the past, it's, I don't want to say haphazard, but it was putting Band-Aids on things, and Gary will attest to that, as little quote-unquote emergencies or old problems or roads that were needed addressing. We sort of took it on a project-by-project basis, applied that money that was available to fix some of those more severe, smaller issues that sat out there. With the advent now of the $350,000, with the potential, I think, of maybe even being more as we progress down the line, we felt now was a good time to sit down and take a more focused approach. How do we want to spend that money? There's issues out there that there's design and permitting needs to be done. There's larger projects that we've just not been able to get to. And then, of course, there's always the emergencies that crop up, and the storm sewer in somebody's yard that fails and leaves holes in the ground that need to be addressed for public safety. The other issue being, too, is in the past, our office has stepped up, assisted the commissioners with that by providing both technical guidance, but also construction work under force account limits to do a lot of these projects in-house. And as we downsize our staff and the money becomes more, that's going to be more and more difficult for us to take on. We just physically can't do it and keep up with the work that on drainage it is our responsibility, get the roadside ditches, the culverts under roads that we have to replace on an annual basis. So we wanted to sit down with the commissioners and specifically maybe try to start to develop a plan on, as we move forward with more money available for drainage, how the commissioners see, how do they want to handle it? Let us give you our suggestions and come up with a plan for future years.